At Watch Dojo, we're passionate about one thing: movies. Experience the magic of cinema like never before, and be part of an epic journey beyond the big screen. Watch closely as the world's most complete fighter, Yuri Boyka, returns to the underground fighting scene for another heart-pounding adventure in Boyka Undisputed. In this film, Boyka faces his toughest challenge yet, as he fights for the freedom of a woman he hardly knows, but whose life he has vowed to protect. With Scott Adkins reprising his role as the relentless fighter, and Teodora Duhovnikova as Alma, the woman in need of his help, Boyka Undisputed is a thrilling, action-packed movie that will keep you on the edge of your seat. The film takes you on a journey through the seedy underground world of illegal fighting, where the stakes are high and the danger is real. So buckle up and get ready for an adrenaline-fueled ride as Boyka fights his way to redemption, battling against some of the toughest opponents he has ever faced. From the streets of Kiev to the underground fight clubs of Russia, Boyka Undisputed is a movie that will leave you breathless and wanting more. The movie opens with a montage of Yuri Boyka, a former prisoner who was once known as the most dangerous fighter in the world. He is now a free man and fights in underground matches in Kiev, Ukraine, under the management of Kirill. Despite his freedom, Boyka is still haunted by his past and his reputation as a ruthless killer. After getting released from prison, Boyka now wants to make it to the big leagues of the MMA world. But his journey isn't going to be an easy one. To be able to compete in MMA leagues, Boyka needs to win the qualifier match with a Russian fighter named Viktor. Little does he know, this match would haunt him for the rest of his life. The day of the fight finally arrives, and Boyka steps into the ring, ready to give it his all. The fight is intense, with both fighters exchanging blows at lightning speeds. But in the end, Boyka is declared the winner of the fight. It was a hard-fought victory, but Boyka knows that he still has a long way to go. He has now qualified for the MMA League. Boyka was happy that he can now utilize his God-gifted talent and fight as a professional. However, the celebration of his victory is short-lived. Soon after the fight, Boyka finds out that he has caused severe injuries to Viktor. Viktor's life is now in danger, and Boyka is the one to blame. Deep down, Boyka feels guilty for what he did and prays for Viktor's recovery. But Viktor doesn't survive. And despite being an accident, Viktor's unfortunate death in the ring makes Boyka question all his life choices. After discovering that Viktor had a wife named Alma, Boyka feels even more regretful. He decides to seek redemption by making amends with her. Boyka asks Kirill to create a fake passport and travels to Russia to find Alma. In the Russian town of Drovny, Boyka discovers that Alma owes money to a notorious crime boss named Zurab. Alma lives in a community center and works as a waitress in Zurab's underground fighting club. Boyka wants to help Alma pay off her debt and offers to fight for Zurab in exchange for Alma's freedom. Zurab agrees to the deal and suggests that Boyka must fight in 3 matches, and the opponents will be of his choice. Alma invites Boyka to the training room in the community center, and they develop a connection. In the first match, Boyka easily defeats his opponent in the ring, who happens to be a local fighter named Boris Tarsov. The fight takes place at Zurab's nightclub. Apparently, Boyka is too good against Boris, and he knocks him down with just a few kicks. Boris accepts his defeat and Boyka walks out of the ring, feeling more confident than ever. Boyka's training intensifies as he prepares for the second fight. Alma continues to support him, watching him train and encouraging him to succeed. Boyka reflects on his past mistakes and the regret he feels for accidentally killing Viktor in the ring. Zurab becomes increasingly impressed with Boyka's skills and offers him a deal to become his champion fighter permanently. Boyka initially refuses, but after learning that Alma's debt is much larger than he originally thought, he realizes he has no choice but to agree. Alma introduces Boyka to Ozerov brothers, 2 hulking fighters who will be his opponents in the second match. The brothers are menacing and intimidating, and Boyka knows he has his work cut out for him, but he is determined to win, not just for Alma, but for himself. Finally, the day of the match arrives. The crowd is larger this time, and there is a buzz of excitement in the air. Boyka steps into the ring, his muscles taut and ready, his eyes fixed on his opponents. Boyka faces off against 2 brothers. The fight is intense and brutal, with the Ozerov brothers using their size and strength to overpower Boyka, but he is quick and agile, dodging their blows and striking back with lightning-fast kicks and punches. The crowd is on the edge of their seats, cheering and shouting as the fighters exchange blows. In a moment of desperation, Boyka executes a risky maneuver, leaping into the air and striking both brothers with a powerful flying kick. The impact knocks them both out, resulting in a double knockout victory for Boyka. Boyka feels a surge of pride and satisfaction, knowing that he has taken another step toward his goal. But he also knows that there are still more fights to come, and he must stay focused and determined if he wants to win them all. After the match, Boyka returns to the community center to find Alma. She is visibly shaken, having witnessed a violent and bloody fight. Boyka attempts to comfort her, but she rebuffs him, telling him that she can't handle seeing him fight like that. The next day, Boyka wakes up in a daze and remembers the brutal beating he received the night before. His body is sore and aching, but he knows he has to push through the pain to continue his training. Despite Alma's concerns, Boyka continues to train and prepare for his next fight. In the community center, he learns more about Alma's past and the reasons why she is so committed to helping the children in the community. He begins to see her in a new light, as a strong and selfless person who is fighting for what she believes in. In the third match, Boyka faces Igor Kazmir, Brahim Achabakhe, the elite henchman of Zurab. The fight is intense, with both men exchanging powerful blows and demonstrating incredible skill and stamina. In the end, Boyka emerges victorious, defeating Kazmir with a series of devastating punches and kicks. As Boyka leaves the ring, he is approached by Zurab, who congratulates him on his victory and offers him a new deal. He wants Boyka to fight one more match against his true champion, Koshmar, a giant and furious martial artist. Zurab thinks Boyka cannot defeat Koshmar, but he induces him by promising to forgive Alma's debt and set her free if Boyka agrees to the fight. Boyka is also reluctant to accept the offer, knowing that Koshmar is a fierce and dangerous opponent. However, he realizes that he has no other choice, and agrees to fight and begins to prepare for what may be the most difficult and dangerous match of his life. At the beginning of the fight, Koshmar proves to be too strong for Boyka, with his large and powerful body. However, Boyka does not give up, and after some intense moments, he breaks one arm and one leg of Koshmar. Finally, Boyka kicks Koshmar out of the ring, knocking him unconscious. Boyka becomes the new champion, but his victory is short-lived, as Zurab takes Alma as a hostage and orders his henchmen to kill Boyka. Boyka, injured and bleeding, kills all of Zurab's henchmen and chases after him. In a fierce and brutal fight, Boyka grabs Zurab, punches him in the face, and chokes him to death. Alma comes to Boyka's aid, and they are both arrested by the police. Boyka gives Alma one last look with guilt in his eyes. 6 months later, Alma visits Boyka in prison and reveals that she has forgiven him for what he did to her husband. Boyka feels like a burden has been lifted off his shoulders. He feels more confident than ever and vows to continue fighting. The movie ends with Boyka standing in the middle of the prison yard, surrounded by his fellow prisoners, ready for his next fight. We can see Boyka standing in the center of the ring, surrounded by cheering fans, and bathed in the glow of victory. For him, this is only the beginning of a new and exciting chapter in his life, and he is ready to face whatever challenges come his way with courage, determination, and strength. In conclusion, Boyka Undisputed is more than just an action-packed movie. It's a story that resonates with people who have faced adversity in their lives. Boyka's journey was not just about winning fights. It was also about redemption and finding his place in the world. He struggled with his past mistakes and his desire to make things right. This movie will teach you everything about redemption, hope, and the power of the human spirit, and will leave you feeling highly motivated. Thanks for watching our movie recap of Boyka Undisputed. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Also, make sure to leave a comment below with your thoughts on the movie and any other movies you'd like us to recap. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more movie recaps, reviews, and summaries. We appreciate your support and can't wait to bring you more exciting content in the future.